You're watching NCTV45, leading Penn, Ohio.
Nick's Auto Body, from a scratch to a dent to a major repair. Nick's Auto Body is your place to go for great service and quality work. In business since 1960, it's Nick's Auto Body. Trust your body in our hands. Folks, and NCTV45 always keeping you informed. And this in from our state representative, Aaron Bernstein. He applauds the launch of Row America Pittsburgh at Lake Arthur, backed by philanthropist Howard Wink Loveless. Bernstein announced the upcoming boat launch, Row America Pittsburgh, a state-of-the-art rowing facility scheduled to open in the spring at 2026 Lake Arthur in Moraine State Park. This project is made possible through support from entrepreneur and philanthropist Howard Winkloss, and whose position for youth development and rowing excellence is bringing new opportunities and investment to the region. To mark the announcement, a press conference will be held on Friday, October 10th at 4 p.m. at Bear Run Boat Ramp, that in Portersville, the future site of Row America Pittsburgh. I'm proud to see the project and came to our region, said Bernstein. And Row America Pittsburgh will be introducing young people and families to the incredible sport of rowing, while also helping create local jobs, promote healthy outdoor recreation, attract visitors to one of Pennsylvania's most beautiful state parks. I thank Howard for this vision and dedication to the investment in our communities. And then he goes on to say about Lake Arthur, and we know about that. Thanks for the update, NCTV45, always keeping you informed.
Hi guys, this is State Representative Aaron Bernstein. First and foremost, thank you so much for tuning in. The first thing that I'd like you guys to do is make sure you like this post and share it. That way we get this information out to as many people as humanly possible. I have some fantastic news. We have a public-private partnership that is being formed right here in the 8th Legislative District. And this is a huge win for kids across our entire area, for the community as a whole. It's a fantastic opportunity that we have here. Right here at Lake Arthur, we will be having a amazing thing coming down the pike. Thanks so much to these two gentlemen here, Mr. Winklevoss, as well as the Fish and Boat Commission. And you're going to hear what's happening here. I'm going to really turn it over to these two gentlemen that have all the details. You're going to be really excited about what's happening. So many great things, not just for students, but the entire community as a whole. This is something that could not have been done individually. This is about really bringing public and private together in order to get something done and across the finish line. So at this point, I'd like to turn it over to my friend Howard Winklevoss.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and as a rowing family, we always look for great venues, and I want to tell you, this Lake Arthur happens to be one of the nicest venues I've ever seen in my life. And I think the National Rowing Organization used to row regattas out of here. Anyways, 25 years ago, my sons, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, were looking for a place to row in Greenwich. They live in Greenwich. A lot of water around, but there was no rowing at all. And we found rowing 25 miles north, and they started rowing there, and it ended up going rowing into Harvard and going to the Olympics. And I saw such a transformation. I decided to buy the little rowing club and turn it into a larger rowing club to see if other children had the same transformation that I saw in my sons. And so 25 years ago, we started this experiment, and today there are 1,000 kids rowing, 200 in Westport, 200 in Greenwich, 200 in Rye, and a couple hundred in other schools, and actually more like 500 in Greenwich. So two kids 25 years ago couldn't find a place to row. Now we have 1,000 kids rowing in the greater Greenwich area in Westport and Rye, New York. And what we've seen is that not only is it great for the children, but they seem to be better scholastically, and of course fitness-wise, a lot better. And we have our kids get into some of the finest schools in the world, in the United States. I mean, it's really quite amazing. I don't think parents appreciate how good the sport of rowing is for the children. It's a team sport, and what I love about it is that the first, second, third, and fourth boat, the fourth boat kids are working as hard as the first boat. Unlike a lot of sports where a lot of kids, the varsities have a lot of fun, but everybody else is standing around with their hands in their pocket. In rowing, everybody's on the water working hard. So it's a pleasure for me to help fund this Row America Pittsburgh. I guess it's my fourth or fifth club now that I've started, and I tell you that in addition to the children, we hope to have adults that row here, because in our clubs adults love to row, and so I mean this venue and this park is a gift. It's a gift, and I just hope that everybody within driving distance takes advantage of this opportunity. We're going to install docks and coaching launches and boat racks and boats, and it's a kind of an expensive venture, but we're very happy to do it. We know what it can do for these children, and we hope that the community embraces the effort. So. Unless there's some questions.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Would you like to say a couple words as well?
Sure. Dustin Drew, Park Manager for Moraine State Park. Just like to say we're happy to be working with these folks to be able to feature rowing as a more consistent activity here at the park and on the lake. And looking forward to continuing the planning process just to make sure it fits in well with the rest of the many activities here.
And what I would say is this, and Dustin's been absolutely fantastic, so thank you so much for all your work on this. Too many times, sometimes government gets in the way with these things, and in our experience in working on this project, especially with Dustin, who does such a fantastic job here, not just on this project, but on so many things that end up on your plate. There's not a harder working guy that he's always looking for a reason to say yes instead of no, and that doesn't always happen, so we can't thank you enough. We're talking about multi-million-dollar investments with this opportunity. And, Howard, I know that you talked about the change that you saw in your sons as they're doing more active things. I think as a parent of a 10, 8, and 6-year-old, my goal is always to kick their butt out of the house and go do something, right? Go do something. And they told me once that they were bored, and on a 106-acre farm, I made sure they weren't ever bored again, so we were able to handle that. But this will be just another thing for them to come and do. Talk about the impact, if you could, that you've seen this have on kids that weren't necessarily on the right path, and how they've turned that. I know in our conversations you've talked about that. That's so important for our area and our community. Why is this a good thing for young people right here in Western Pennsylvania?
I've thought about that a lot, and I'm not sure I have the right answer. But it goes something like this. Rowing it's a painful sport. It's a lot of hurdles. There's other sports that are painful too. I mean, cross-country running and swimming are difficult sports. And by the way, there's an article recently in the New York Times, I believe, and it said some of the best recruits for Navy SEALs are swimmers and rowers, because they can endure the pain. And but more to the point of what it does to children. I've talked to some neurologists and have asked them, if we're pumping in a lot of oxygen into these kids, an hour and a half a day, 6 days a week, is that changing their brain? And they said, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't take 105 IQ to 115 IQ, but it takes whatever IQ you might have. It opens up that brain for better better absorption of information. The kids seem to do better scholastically, and of course their fitness is off the chart. When RFJ talks about we're not fit in our country, come to our clubs and see the 1,000 kids that are rowing there. We'll show you fitness that you dream of. So physical fitness is obvious, but the mental fitness is a very unique one, and it goes something like this. When you're on the indoor rowing machine or even out in the water and working hard, let's say you're at a race or you're practicing for a race, you're that last 500 meters of a 2,000 meter course. I mean, whether it's indoor rowing or on the water, you're dying. But you know the guy there and the guy there, or the girls there and there, you know they're dying too. And so there's something about the bonding of that everybody puts everything they have into the sport, and it's a bonding it's hard to describe, but it builds citizenship. I mean, these kids come out really, really fine people, and we had one case in the last 25 years of some bullying, and we obviously met with all the students and said that doesn't, if that happens again, you're out. We don't do that here. And I was walking back to my office and I saw one of the coaches with a bunch of 7th graders. I said, "Hey, by the way, what was that all about?" Well, Mr. Winklevoss, they were trying to say, what can we do to avoid such a thing as we get older? Because no one in our group bullies. I mean, how wonderful is that to see these young people like that? And so, rowing is I don't think people appreciate what a wonderful sport this is. I mean, you think that Boys in the Boat, which is a bestseller for 2 or 3 years, a book, and now the movie, would explode rowing across the country, but it really hasn't. It's a sport where it's not usually associated with a high school because it's done by a boat club. So there's the high school coaches aren't promoting rowing, which is a bit of a shame. We love what high school coaches do, and we love the sports that they train kids in. But rowing is a very special sport, and we just would be so thrilled to see 500 kids out here every day rowing, and adults as well.
Yeah.
And not just.
Don't put me to work too hard, though. That's a deal that we should have made before I set this up.
I didn't. No, we're not cutting that deal. I'm not cutting that deal. But, thank you.
And I would say at these guys at DCNR, once again, thank you guys so much. They're all over it, really.
When is this launching?
We are so excited for this. We're talking coming up in the spring, and we're going to really get this thing moving coming up in the spring and really be ready to go. Due to your work and making sure that we're moving through the process, Howard, with your financial contributions and most importantly, your vision. Money is one thing, but money without a vision is nothing. And the vision that you've done, not just here in Western Pennsylvania, the 8th Legislative District, but also across this country, is something that will have long-term legacy impacts for families to come. So thank you so much. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be providing additional information as we move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kelly's Side Door Tavern has a rich history as a gathering place where friends meet and new friendships are made. Just look inside. You'll find great sandwiches, soup or entrees, wings, salads, appetizers, and of course, Reubens. Many surprises await you at Kelly's. Kelly's, where the kitchen is open for your convenience. Kelly's Side Door Tavern. Give it a try today.